Hi everyone, this is my date night makeup video. I am actually going on a date. I'm wearing a silk shirt from Equipment and some Sass & Bide jeans and my usual nude heels that I wear all the time. They're the best fashion buy ever. And so I'm going to go back to the start, show you how I did my makeup. I've got my handbag, I'm ready to go. So yeah, that's it. Oh, I'll show you what I did with my hair in the video, but I've just kind of let it out. It's really loose. I wanted to be quite casual but a little bit glam. So let's go back to the start. So I'm starting with a bit of primer on my eyes. This is the Laura Mercier Lid Primer, Eye Canvas it's called. This is in shade EC2, which incidentally was the postcode that I used to live in before I lived where I live now, which is like Liverpool Street, Shoreditch area of London, which is now extremely trendy. So keeping it quite neutral, I'm using the Naked 2 palette, so Urban Decay shadows. This one is called Foxy, and it's a really good neutral shade for doing the lids and making them look really kind of bright and even. So just taking that across the entire lid with a fluffy brush. Using Tease, which is this matte one here, I'm just going to take that into the crease. So I'm not even really brushing the brush, I'm just dabbing it on like that. Quite messily really, as you can see. And then I'm taking the brush that I used for the Foxy and I'm blending that out. This brush is a Chanel 17. And if you see, it's got this weird kind of flat shape but quite thick and bulky, and I like using it for putting colour into the crease of the eye, just because it fits my eye perfectly. And I'm using a fluffy brush to blend it out. And then I'm going to take some of a darker shadow, and this one is called Busted. That's over there, if you can see that. And I'm taking that really close to the lash line, just towards the outside corner of the eye. Like that. Put a nice big mark on my face there. Just taking that out and then a little tiny bit there into the crease. And then blending that out again. And you can see it's just really, really subtle. Now, that's almost where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to add some eyeliner, if I can find it. Now, I really love this eyeliner from Yves Saint Laurent. This is the Dessin du Regard. And I normally use the black one, which is waterproof. And this one, I don't know whether it's a new kind of design of it, but this one's got little blender at the top, and I'm using this in shade 8. Such beautiful eye pencils, these Saint Laurent eye pencils. So doing the whole waterline, and then the top lid, making sure that I get it really close into the lash line there. There we have the eyes. Curl the lashes. I'm using Chanel eyelash curlers, just because they're here. They are nice. They're pretty much identical actually to the Shu Uemura eyelash curlers. L'Oreal Telescopic False Lash Mascara. I've used this in a couple of videos now. Really, really like it. It's made quite a nice difference there. And that's the eyes pretty much done. Just going to make sure there's no bits drop down there, and then I'm going to do the skin. So I'm just using a bit of a primer. This is the Murad Perfecting Serum, but it works quite nicely as a bit of a primer. It's quite hydrating. It just leaves a really smooth base. And then just leave that for a couple of minutes just to sink in. Foundation, I'm using Lancôme Teint Miracle, and this is in shade 2. Just want quite a nice light foundation, but something that's really kind of radiant. So just a really nice luminous looking base, and then any little imperfections covering up with concealer. This is the Origins Quick Hide Concealer. It's the cat. It's weird. Ah, come on. And then I'm going to add some really nice kind of romantic highlights, just to coin that phrase. This is a Saint-Tropez Skin Illuminator. I've shown you this before, but I had it in the Lilac, which is a very cool illuminator. This one is gold. So just a bit of highlighter on the tops of the cheekbones, and I mean a very small amount there. Just blend that in. I'll put the link to that in the information, but it's a really nice highlighter. I'm going to put a little bit of that also underneath the eyebrows, just in the little arch. I like the fact it's not too strong, this one. Blends out really beautifully, as you can see. Finishing off the skin with some light bronzer. Actually, I'm going to just use a bronzing base first. This is Chanel's bronzing base. Just using my fingertips. Just going to blend that in underneath the cheekbone, just a little bit, just to provide a bit of a contrast to the highlight. This is amazing, and everybody I know that's also had it thinks it's amazing. Can be a little bit orangey if you've got very fair skin. You can see it doesn't look orangey here, and I'm not particularly tanned at the moment. So this one just kind of buffs into your base really. It's not so much of a bronzer that sits on the surface. I'm going to bronze over the top of it. I'm going to do a double bronze. And I'm going to use Rimmel Natural Bronzer, because I haven't shown this any love in a long time. This is a really good budget buy, this one. I've got it in shade 021, which is Sunlight, so it's a really pale shade. You know that I like my pale bronzers. I like to be able to build them up, rather than going in for the kill with one kind of strong stripe. I'm just taking that in up to the temple and down underneath the cheekbone. Do you think I've brushed enough on that? Got a bit carried away there, didn't I? That's what I love about a pale bronzer though. You just keep on going. And you get a really kind of natural finish. I'm going to add a little bit more to the eyes, I've just decided, which could royally mess up my makeup. So it's a bit of a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm going to take a little bit of the Busted and a tiny bit of the Blackout powder, which is black, right at the end. Mix those together. Just take that to the outer corners like I did before, in a little bit of a V. Just blending it out with my MAC fluffy brush. There we go. I've basically just blended a load of random eyeshadow applications and added to it, but now I've got it where I want it. Still quite natural, but it's a little bit smoky and sexy, and it is evening after all, so we don't want it too subtle. Lips, I'm just filling it in with a Gemma Kid lip liner, because I'm going to decide on my lipstick, which will be quite nude, but I'm going to decide once I've got dressed. Right. I'm just scribbling in a bit of a base. So there we go. Haven't done my hair yet, that's just the makeup. But I shall cut in the video of when I'm all done, once I'm dressed and I've got everything ready. So that will be very exciting for you. So there we go, makeup done. And if I don't say goodbye again, I shall see you in the next video.